Good evening. It is the first day of 2015. Happy New Year and welcome to 2015. This is Business Forum on WBS TV, powered by Master Industries, the makers of quality building accessories. I am Anita Mwangazi, and it is indeed a great pleasure to have you join us today. Uganda continues to attract impressive reviews as a result of its beauty, with new rankings placing it yet again among the top 10 tourism destinations on the continent. Bloom Consulting, a Madrid-based firm, ranks Uganda in 8th position in the 2014-2015 rankings released last week. Last year, the firm ranked Uganda in the same position. The new rankings, however, place neighboring countries Kenya at 4th and Tanzania in the 5th position. South Africa ranked top, overtaking Egypt after the North African country experienced insecurity over the last 18 months. Now, only Ethiopia in the 10th position and Uganda were the only landlocked countries that were ranked among the top 10. Kenneth Wide spoke to Boniface Byamukama, the Vice Chairman, East African Tourism Platform, exploring Uganda as a tourism platform.
The key sectors that performed well and have received a lot of publicity this year is tourism sector, with all leaders from top to the bottom advocating for tourism sector to get a lot. Tonight on the Business Forum, we focus Boniface Byamukama, the Vice Chairman, East African Tourism Platform. We expand tourism in all perspectives, in Uganda, in Tanzania, in Rwanda, in Burundi, in Kenya, the East African tourism sector. Boniface, the tourism sector started on a low key. Then thereafter, we started receiving a lot of complaints from you and a lot of drumbeats from the politicians and political leaders that the sector has to perform well. Has it performed well?
I would say no, because there were so many challenges during the year. The key one was the abrupt introduction of taxes during the middle of the high season. That was an issue. And of course, of recent, the diseases like Ebola, Marburg came in, and we registered a lot of cancellations due to this.
When you talk of abrupt introduction of taxes, what are these taxes you talk of, and who introduced them abruptly?
This was one of the taxes was the VAT, which was removed last financial year, and we really engaged the Minister of Finance and our mother ministry, Minister of Tourism, on this issue, and they went ahead and implemented it. And we had a lot of cancellation because of that. As you are aware, the international tourism law dictates that when you have a confirmed booking, you have not a right to change the prices, and that affected us. Most people asked for their refund, and they were refunded. And I can tell you, even at the end of this financial year, the projected income on this tax will not be the amount they projected. I'm sure under 100% of that.
Before the introduction of this VAT, did you try to advise the ministry, your mother ministry and the Minister of Finance, that listen, if we do this, this could be the consequence? How did they receive it?
Yeah, we wrote, and they replied that they will introduce the VAT on upcountry hotels. We engaged them even after the pronouncement by the Minister of Finance. It fell on the deaf ear, and we are implementing it. We had no alternative. It is the government. But at the end of the day, I think the government, I would think, the government does not really, and especially people in policy making, they don't really understand tourism. And one of our goals in the next financial year is really to ask government to maybe put somebody, a tourism economist in the Ministry of Finance, really to understand the sector.
Government could argue that's just a very small margin you are paying us taxes. How does it affect business, entire value chain of tourism? Does it affect lawyers directly? Does it affect your consumption in tourism? Does it affect the tourist? How does it affect in simplicity in the tourism sector?
The accommodation part, as far as an itinerary or a package is concerned, takes 65%. If you increase it by 18%, that's a lot of money. You are telling a tourist to add on what he had already paid, another between $500 to $600. And most people, tourists travel as a couple. You find one person paying that amount of money. So you have increased a package by $1,000. But remember, the World Tourism Organization dictates that every confirmed safari is a contract. Now the government comes in the middle of the financial year and introduces this tax. In actual sense, some of the tour companies had to dig in their own pocket to pay that tax. Now, Uganda is regarded as an expensive destination. Everybody knows it, especially including the airfare from any destination all over the world to Uganda is the most expensive destination. Then in our packages, because we don't have enough tourists, the lodges do 30% occupancy. They intend to hike the rates in order to cover their overheads. Now you have also added on this tax to increase their overheads. They are paying the local government tax, they are paying pay as you earn, they are paying the VAT in where they buy the products they use in the lodges. Somebody may claim that, you know, VAT is claimable, but you claim it in a sense that there is input and output tax.
Will you say the number reduced so drastically or by a small margin?
It reduced, and in addition to the diseases like Ebola, that was the worst bullet. It was bad.
Talking of the worst bullet, just a scare in the village, people had to take off from hospital when they heard of the first case of Marburg, that a patient was brought in Kampala here in one of the hospitals for treatment. Back in the village where he was, people even deserted that hospital for a while.
Yes.
Did it affect you so much?
Yeah, it did, and also there was a scare at Entebbe International Airport that it can easily be bombed. That was a scare because even some people were boarding a plane in London had to cancel because of that scare.
Those are challenges. Would you say you had one particular advantage or one particular achievement that Uganda achieved in the tourism sector 2014 as curtains go down?
Yes, we did a lot. There was improvement in the infrastructure, especially the roads. You can now drive from Kampala to Murchison Falls on a pothole-free road. You can drive from Kampala to Kasese and no problem. The biggest achievement we did was the single tourism visa. That was a very good achievement as far as the three countries are concerned. And I happen to have been in the core group that started this discussion about 5 years ago, and I think that was a very big achievement. We have also registered some cooperation, especially in the area of marketing with